Everybody has their patient on the mat. For short people, you will be on the mat. Come on. Oops, sorry. You're making me hit my assistant. Okay, so I, as the PT, if you're tall enough, you can stand to the side. If you're short, you're probably going to have to be on the mat. It's just easier. So I have her here. I'm stretching into hip internal rotation. This is a hip internal rotation stretch. I'm stretching what muscle group? The external rotators. So put that leg down for me. So it really can also depend on where her restriction is, but for the most part, I'm going to bring her up to about 90. I'm going to bend her knee to 90. So it's a 90-90 position. And then I'm simply moving her into internal rotation. So I can stand like this. I'm in good alignment. I'm making sure I'm not adducting her unless I want to add an adduction. But if I'm looking at pure internal rotation, I can swivel my body to get there. I'm not doing this, which is a very weird body mechanic. I'm resting her leg on my leg, and I'm just rotating inward. And that's all I got.
So hip internal stretch, but you could ask, so what are you stretching? I'm stretching the external rotators.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's hip internal rotation stretch versus a hip internal rotator stretch. Okay? You guys see the difference? This is an internal rotator stretch. Because what am I doing?
External rotation.
Right. So external rotation stretch or internal rotator stretch. Internal rotation stretch or external rotator stretch. What type of PNF technique do you want to try here? Contract, relax. How do we do contract, relax? Into what how am I moving her? Back to neutral? Okay. Hold on a second. Yeah.
She's externally rotated.
Right, we're doing contract, relax. So what's the agonist?
Your external rotators. Isn't that what you're trying to do?
So when we talk about the agonist, it's the direction to which we're moving. So internal rotators. That's the agonist. So if I want to do an agonist contract, I need her to contract her internal rotators.
Oh, so don't let me put your foot out?
Right, so well, if I'm doing agonist contract, right, so I want her to move this way, okay? This is the motion, so I have to move her out of this motion. Relax for just a second. So if I'm doing an agonist contract, I want to move her this way while she's resisting. Does everyone make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, so agonist contract, don't let me move you. And relax. Contract, relax, or hold, relax. What muscles now am I trying to get? The antagonist. So I want her to move into external rotation. Okay, so if I'm here and I want to do hold, relax, or contract, relax, what's the difference between the two?
One's the agonist, one's the antagonist.
Oh, see,
Between hold, relax, and contract, relax, what's the
it's the
difference?
same thing, it's just what your intent is.
Exactly. Spoken like a true PNFer. It's all about the intent. Don't put that on the web because they'll kill me. Contract, relax, or hold, relax. It's you say it with seriousness. It's all about the intent. But if I'm doing contract, relax, or hold, relax, the difference is, again, I want her moving into external rotation. So I'm actually going to be pulling her more into internal rotation. If I'm doing a hold, relax, it's hold, don't let me move you. Relax, and then I'll stretch her more. If I'm doing contract, relax, it is push into my hand. Relax, and I pull her more into internal rotation. Always, always, always on the relax, I'm moving more into the stretch. Okay? So when you're asked a question of this, either on capstone or on an exam, hint, 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 just go back to basics. Into what direction am I moving the patient? Internal rotation. Agonist, internal rotators. If I want to do an agonist contract, the internal rotators have to contract. If I'm doing anything else, the external rotators need to contract. That's how I want you guys thinking until it's really automatic. Because sometimes I have to do that. When Emily, when you said it, I had to go back to my steps because I was like, I don't think that's right, but let me go back to my basics. Okay, Kristen?
What was the little trick you said again with all of them being antagonists first except for
So they're all, and unless it says agonist in it, you're stretching the antagonists. Okay, so when you get a contract, relax, agonist, contract, the contract, relax is the antagonist, and then there's a specific agonist stretch. Okay, so the agonist is always clearly stated. If I don't say agonist, then you're not stretching the agonist. Okay, and that's why it helps to think it's an internal rotation stretch, and the agonist, internal rotators. So if it says agonist in any shape or form, I know there's that is some stretch of the internal, or some contraction of the internal rotators.
How long do you hold that for?
So what we do with PNF is we're holding for about 5 to 10 seconds, 3 to 4 times. Okay? So if I'm doing contract, relax, or hold, relax, what muscles am I getting to contract?
the agonist?
The antagonist.
Sorry.
So if it's an internal rotation stretch, which way am I trying to move her?
External rotation.
Ah, which way am I moving her? Right, so if I move her further into internal rotation, her external rotators will fire, correct? Good. So her external rotators being the antagonist, moving her into internal rotation. Ready? Don't let me move you. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. I move more.
So this one was hold, relax.
Hold, relax. Ready? Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. And I can try and move her more, but you have capsular stuff. I'm also basically at your in range. Okay, so that is how you can add the PNF in. If I wanted to do a contract, relax, agonist contract. Okay, I'm gonna show you the external rotation stretch. Spoiler alert, it's basically the same thing, but now I'm over here. So I'm here stretching now her internal rotators. I'm moving her into external rotation. So what is my agonist?
External.
Good. So if I want to do contract, relax, what muscles am I getting to contract?
Antagonist.
Okay, which are in the internal rotators. So how am I moving her to get her internal rotators to fire?
External rotation.
Good. So this is the contract, relax, hold, or push into my hand. I use hold, but, and now relax, I push her more, I move. This is the agonist contract, don't let me move you. Relax, and I move her more. Okay, contract, relax, agonist, contract. I'm doing both sides, basically.
And Dr. D, so after you've done, let's say, your first rep and they go a little bit farther, you adjust and you go to their new, you don't bring it back, you go to the new.
Exactly.
Their new
Guys, listen, this is a really good point. Taylor's reiterating that when they're relaxing, you're not letting them go. You're pushing to the new end range. As long as you can get it, don't compensate. Don't just jam their hip or watch their lumbar spine rotate or something just to get that extra inch. If you do a PNF and it doesn't work, maybe you try it one more time to see if you can get length. If not, it's not the appropriate stretch. It's more targeting the muscle, and maybe it's just pure collagen tissue and they need a static stretch.
So your PNF, you only do like a 2-trial thing, and if it doesn't work,
Move on, yeah. You can try a third rep if you want to. It's 5 seconds of your life, so it's probably fine, but if it's not working, don't waste your time on it.
Does this work for short muscles also?
It's not going to lengthen fully a short muscle, but when we talk about an adaptively short muscle loss of sarcomeres, it's really not going to just suddenly lay down new sarcomeres. That requires like more sustained holds. But what this will do is, if any part of that muscle isn't relaxing fully to let you really stretch the collagen, this will get you to the new barrier. So if you have either just a tight muscle, someone who's not relaxing, this is really good. Or if you just want to kind of clear everything out to really get to the collagen tissue, it's a good way to start. Particularly when you have someone who doesn't want to relax. This is a really good way to get somebody to relax, is to have them contract fully and then relax, and you might find you get more length. Okay, so try internal, external rotation and add your PNF stuff on there. Thank you.